Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Man the Maker and welcome to a new Let's Play for The Last Flame. I saw this game, it's just out, and thought to myself, I gotta record this. So I haven't been around much in a while. I did stream briefly, I don't know, a month or two ago. Yeah, I saw this game and I was just like, this somehow speaks to me in such a way that I need to record it. What is the game in question? The Last Flame. Think of a Slay The Spire meta game, right? You traverse the different paths, picking who you fight along the way, gaining rewards, items, no cards in this game, and then mix that with an auto battler, like Dota Auto Chess or Teamfight Tactics. There's a ton of them now, where the actual combat, instead of Slay the Spire card battling, is done as an auto battler. Just out, this game came out I think like last week or something, the 17th of February, January, if I'm correct. And yeah, I've played it a little bit. Last night I kind of got familiar with the game. The moment I saw it, I was like, we gotta do this. We gotta record this. Let me get a little bit familiar with it. I just have an idea, like, the reason that I like this game so much, it has a lot of different possibilities, right? So, for example, I had 2 or 3 successful runs last night, not on the highest difficulties, and in one, I was propped up by just an insane amount of healing and shielding across the board. I had kind of a low DPS output, especially against groups. But if I survived the very beginning of a fight, my shielding and healing would just get out of control. I was able to win with this. The next one I did, okay, I lost a couple when I turned the difficulty up and was figuring some things out. But basically I was carried by a werewolf with ethereal claws that just had its attack speed ramped up so much, and on each hit it would heal someone on my team. And I was just swinging so fast, he was just out healing everybody. I had a couple other like support units in there as well, but like this guy was the carry for sure. So let's just get into the game. We're gonna do Ascension. I haven't even tried Endless or Challenge. I've been, you start on Novice, then you can move into Adept, Adventure. I managed to beat all of these so far. I'm gonna try Challenger here. I kind of expect that I'm going to die, which is fine. We're gonna make another one if that happens early on. We'll just go again. But we'll see. Well, I'll try my best. And I'm very much learning the game still. I don't know what the optimal builds are, if there even are any. We're gonna try and put some things together and just see what happens. So let's dive on in. We don't need to really worry about this stuff right now. The game does take a little bit of time to load. Hopefully my voice doesn't have too much reverb. My apartment is very open. I tried experimenting this. I covered myself in a blanket, and my monitor, me, and the microphone to try and reduce this it was a little too hot for me. So we're not going to do that right now. All right, so here we are. We open up with our selection of heroes, and you can kind of tell some things immediately. I mean, the background color gives some things away. It doesn't really. They don't think they tell you what it does, but. Right now we got a couple yellows. We got Flynn, Zug, and Azura here. I kind of associate the red with like physical attackers. These guys with lightning. I don't really know about the other ones. These are like more random. I don't even know if the color makes that much of a difference. We got a lot of stats, right? You can see here, health, mana. There's defense, attack damage, attack speed, critical strike, critical damage, and mana regen. Okay, if you're familiar with games, you can probably have some idea of what that works. But the way that this game works, and I haven't played a ton of the other Auto Battlers is a bit, but not a ton. You gain mana on attack, you gain 1, and you gain mana from mana regen. And when your mana fills up, you cast your spell. Everybody starts off with a passive, and they start off with the spell. And some people are just good at punch and face. Some people, you just really want them to cast a lot. Some people, you focus more on attack speed or big damage. You can have tanks, support, all this kinds of stuff. So right off the bat, we can see we've got Flynn over here. Flynn is an Astral Staff. He just deals spell damage to its target nearby enemies equal to 12 times the mana regen. Interesting. So you want high mana regen with this guy. He's ranged, so not super synergistic. To its target. Synergistic. My bad, I thought it was around it, but... And he can cast a lightning nova. Around the hero with the highest max HP. So your tank, basically. You stun them and you inflict 2 shocks. So status effects are a big part of the game. Shocks, basically, whenever somebody casts, you have a 1.5% chance to stun whoever has shock per shock. So we put this on them. The next time you cast it, you stun them, but you also have a 3% chance to just stun them again. I don't know how that actually stacks. It also makes your stuns better. Low attack damage, reasonable attack speed. You want this guy as a caster, right? You can see there, he's a caster. He loves the mana regen. He likes the shock debuffs, and he stuns. I love it. I love it already. I haven't done a shock build yet. I think it's what we're going to go for here. We got Zog over there, another caster. He's also support. A shielder, and he does shock debuffs. So every 4 seconds, he shields the hero and the lowest HP hero for some amount of spell power. So you definitely want to stack that spell power on this guy. Spell power just makes your abilities deal more damage generally, or have a bigger effect, though not for everybody. The red guys sometimes don't care about spell power, which this one doesn't, whatever. You can also cast Thunderstorm, just big damage, a bunch of shocks, and grants 1 mana regen to every hero but Zog that has a shield. So he's giving shields to the lowest HP, percentage HP hero, and then gives them mana regen based on that. I like that a lot. Rinji increases your debuffs. I love this. I'm not going to read everybody because I'm not going to pick everybody. I kind of already know at least that I'm going to go with some shock synergy here. Yeah, Rinji, I love this. Debuff duplication. My first run, we won probably because of him. He also just smacks people for ethereal damage based on the stacks of debuffs. In the beginning, I had him doing no damage to anybody. And then I realized, go for attack speed. Build attack speed on this dude. He's gonna debuff duplication and then just murder people. And I actually got him into one of my top DPSers. Kasara here deals a stun, which is cool. Ripley, I'm not even gonna look at Ripley. I'm gonna check you out. You're a nether cat, you're ranged, you're a tank, and you're a caster, and shock debuff. On cast, you gain spell power for every bit of max HP. Interesting. And you throw a lightning spear, dealing damage, gaining 15 max HP for every shock on our target. Scales with bonus max HP, dealing more damage. Alright, well, I'm gonna take you, and I think I'm gonna take Flynn here. Or Zog. The thing is, I've already did a run with Zog. I liked him a lot. Flynn or Zog. Ideally, I will have both of them. I mean, having a party that's just like 100% shock synergy could be really, really powerful, I imagine. Let's go for Flynn. And you get a relic right in the beginning, and then also when you fight certain things. So you heal for 3 flame and get an additional trophy. Flame down here, if it reaches 0, you lose the run. That's simple. You can spend it on certain things. I need to lower my volume. I feel like I just did that, but I don't know, it creeped back up. Anyways, flame, yeah, you just lose, you die. You spend it on a lot of things. We'll see how this goes, but this lets you just kind of heal. That's great. The trophy, So your guys gain passive experience. Sorry, your heroes gain passive experience. But you also gain additional trophies, which you can just use to level up. So say you get somebody late and you want to boost them. You can just pour all the expense. You want one hero to just like, they're doing so much for us, let's get them up in the levels. That has different effects, whatever, we'll deal with that when we get there. You can focus it all in. If somebody's close to a level and it's a big fight, you can dump some in there. I like it, it's versatile. And gold you use to spend and buy items. You buy other things? I think just items in the game. Alright, if you do events, which is a certain type of thing you can encounter on the map, you gain stuff. You gain a ton of money, and if you have more than 1,000, your heroes get stunned for 1,600. I don't want that. Elites lose 18% HP when the fight starts. I'm kind of between the Juicy Mango and the Demon Claw. I mean, you get 5 additional XP, basically. It just turns into 5 XP. I'll just take the Juicy Mango. Boom, boom, boom. Act 1, Eluzio Forest. Very pretty. We want to get to those trees, I get. And here we go. Slay the Spire looks pretty familiar. We're going to pick our path. I'm going to fight the elites. I would also like a campfire. 2 elites would be nice. Like, these are elites. These are stars, so they're just a little bit stronger, does it tell you? A bonus reward of your choice. Normal encounter. A relic. Campfires are pretty good. Discover your origins. Origins are incredibly powerful, just like a passive buff that you get. I kind of like going this way. Lots of fights into a campfire before the boss. Let's do it. Alright. We've got our tank in front and our caster in the back. You're ranged, but you're a tank. We can just take a look again one more time, right? You gain spell power every time you cast. You do have some mana regen, so every 2.5 seconds you'll gain 1. You also have a pretty slow attack speed, so your casting isn't going to be insane off the bat. But at least, yeah, no, it's not. We may want to think about boosting like mana regen, for example. Mana regen and health seem like good choices for Azura here. Obviously, mana regen for you is incredibly good. We're very caster focused right now, I feel, but that's okay. Let's just go ahead and fight. Oh, in rage timer. If the timer goes up, everybody gets a buff. The enemies gain a buff. And then every 5 seconds afterwards. So you can't just be like, no DPS, only tank. Eventually, they will catch up to you. There are some things that let you scale as well. But I don't know if you can really keep up with that. Anyways, let's go. Oh, we can also have looked at this guy and see what he does. He just casts Nocturnal Flames. Whatever, I didn't really pay much attention to that. So we'll look at the next guys. You can see over here where we did our damage. Auto attacks, a little bit of damage through spell damage. You can also see the buffs we got. So their spell power got increased by 9. I'm guessing that you cast once in the fight. Indeed you did. Giving 9 spell power, which now we can actually see what it does. So the 9 spell power gives you 12 extra damage. Interesting. It also scales with bonus max HP. So we get no bonus from that, but if we get items that give us bonus max HP, then this will also scale up. So yeah, max HP is definitely the way to go. Max HP and regen for you. Regen and spell power probably will be the way to go for you. Let's check out our rewards. So we get 110 gold, 4 trophies, and 3 flame, right? Normally, we would just get 3 trophies. We got an extra one for that. I'm gonna go first to recruit myself a hero. So let's see what we got. We got Orion here. Orion is a melee tank, self-healer, shock debuff, and a stunner. Well, hello, hello. You inflict shocks on enemies. Every time the hero stuns a target, they inflict 1 shock to all enemies. So yeah, I mean, obviously I'm going for you. stunning the target and taunting it, and you heal. Excess heals convert to a shield. I mean, there's too much synergy to not go there. You are a melee hybrid damage dealer, so physical and spell. You deal burns and frosts. You just can inflict burn or frost at random to all enemies, and can consume frost for healing. And your boomerang axe just deals a bunch of damage, and more damage per burn. Finally, we've got Nalua. You are ranged, caster, self-healer, and bleed. You gain magic steal when you get low, and cursed blades. Dealing damage to enemies hit and inflicting 4 bleeds. If above 6% max HP, she consumes some of that max HP to deal 50% additional damage. Interesting. Obviously, we're just going to go with the Ryan here. And then we can pick an item. We got 37 spell power, -1 max mana, 32 defense. So, why would you want -1 max mana? Well, having higher mana is generally bad. So at a default, it's not good, right? It takes longer for you to actually cast. There are some things that can change that, but as of right now, we got nothing. So for example, bringing this down from 4 to 7, not bad, right? You can get it down to 3, which can be quite powerful. I think, however, so we can also reroll. What do I want? I want mana regen. Sorry. And I kind of have like 2 tanky characters now, right? Or did you say that you were tanky? Yeah, because you kind of heal yourself. So I got 2 tanky characters. I want to get some regen. I don't want any of this. So I'm spending flame to reroll. Like more spell power, but the max mana, Mana regen and max HP is interesting. This is perfect. Oh, we actually get 2. Mana regen and defense. I'll take the caster's hat. So this is obviously amazing for you. Now you get a bonus of 18, I guess. Is it still showing? No. You get a bonus, right? You have no spell power here. You do not. You have a bonus of 18 from this. Nice. So you'll just deal a little bit of extra damage. We take it, as well as just having higher regen, so you can actually cast it more often. Just getting more damage out there. You are a tanky boy. Tanky thing. We don't know your gender. It's vaguely phallic. Gaining 1 spell power for every max HP. Yeah. What makes you a tank exactly? That you just build with high HP? Self-healing. Do you heal? Do you heal? I don't see it. Anyways, we're gonna put some mana regen on you as well. The defense is fine, right? It just gives percentage reduction in damage. I feel like we do probably want some more damage coming out from our next heroes. I think we're gonna want some kind of damage there. But we'll see what we're offered, and we'll take the gift. I can, of course, immediately just go. For example, I have 4. I can level somebody up right now. The question is who? I want to do it to you. So, you gain critical strike chance the further they are from other heroes. You don't really attack, I don't care about that. When the hero get or is below 50% HP, they gain a shield with a cooldown of 10 seconds. So these are actually all pretty terrible. When you level up, you get passives, if that wasn't clear. These are all pretty terrible for me. Critical strikes gain bleed, I mean... We'll take the shield, I guess. We might want to swap that later on. So when this guy levels up, if we find something that, say, enables damage, we can, when we find a certain reward, swap their passives. Then he's got a shield from his massive HP pool. We'll work with that. You can also look at the fight recap for very specific details. Right, you tanked all the damage. You took a little bit as well. You had a bunch of more mana regen ticks. You cast one spell. You did have a critical strike, 5%. Got pretty lucky there. But really nothing so useful right now. Let's just proceed. We have one destination. Let's go. So alright, we got a giant bat. 3 out of 3 mana, so he's going to cast fairly frequently. And he drains spell damage, 110, dealing the spell damage and healing for 110. Other stats are, I don't know, average attack speed, fine normal damage. And behind you is a Nocturnal Spectre. Pretty low damage, also fairly low mana pool. I think, do they not have mana regen? I guess they don't. So it's just from attacks. And then he casts Nocturnal Flames, 120 spell damage, 0 hit. It'll be an area of effect. We'll probably want you to just absorb all the damage, and then we can just have y'all back here. Just nuking away. It doesn't really, I think it doesn't, we'll just have everybody attack this guy. The way that, so they attack the closest one. If there are 2 that are close, it's whoever's placed last. So you can manipulate that. But for now, I think I'm pretty happy that you both, you know, I might as well... it's fine. You can just hang back there and deal your damage. And yeah, you can see we put some static on. It's kind of often hard to tell when they're stunned, but they're dead anyways, so it doesn't matter. We get our rewards. We can recruit a hero. Alright, no obvious shock choice off the bat. We definitely want somebody who can deal damage, so I don't want to tank. Support could be interesting with some summons, or just dealing physical damage, and crit mastery is also interesting. So we've got Lean here. Decent attack speed, decent damage. Every critical strike, he increases his critical strike chance by a small amount. You only start with 5, so you'll need something to help you get started. And then volley. You forge ancient arrows when you do a critical strike, and then when you're active, which he has no mana regen, so it's every 6 attacks. You fire all of them, get 100% attack damage and not critical strike. But it does not generate mana. And finally, you've got Savos here. We gain critical strike chance for every summon on the battlefield, and you summon buff bots. They rapidly lose HP. Provide a buff to all heroes except Savos. 50% of the bonus attack speed, attack damage, or spell power, whichever is the highest on Savos. With a star. Last 5 seconds without heals. So, how do you tell if... How can spell power be higher than attack speed? Or, like, it's just going to give them... I don't really like any of these. You just gain defense and deal a Glacial Strike. I think we're going to take Lean and probably just not keep him. But we'll see about that. We'll just take you. Pick an item. I don't think we're going to keep Lean. Every 3 seconds, the wearer gains spell power equal to the amount of summons on the battlefield. Well, we don't have summons. Oh, these are recipes, by the way. So here's the items that we have, and this is the forge. This is also an interesting mechanic. If we get these, we can't use them. We have to forge them with an heirloom into a recipe. So basically, Hydra Sword, every 4 seconds, the wearer either gains 8% attack damage or 1 mana at random. And we would have to combine that with one of these, in which case it would get both stats. Summoner's Armor. These all suck. I don't want any of them. Bonus attack speed. Every 3 attacks, the wearer gains a shield equal to 7 times max mana. It's okay. I mean, maybe something that we could put on this guy, giving us a shield, like just making them tankier. Your max mana is 7, yours is all 7. None of these are very good. I'm going to keep re-rolling. You lose HP and gain shield. This can be good if you have bonuses to shielding or healing, right? Because you can just start healing. Again, healing per summon, we don't have it. additional ethereal damage equal to 40% spell power. Well, you would give a tiny, tiny, tiny amount of damage bonus here. They all suck. For what we have now, Shocker Spear is interesting. Consume Burn. And you just gain this. Shocker Spear seems like it's something that we would use. Not necessarily now, right? Like, both of the people using these, I'm not going to be boosting attack speed on them. And they have pretty low attack speed. You've got fast attack speed. And so, for example, we could focus you on attack speed and crit, and now suddenly you're adding some shock there, giving you some value. But I don't have anything to craft it with right now, so I'm just not gonna. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Let's look at our fight recap. Damage is all fairly even, but we also have some healing here. This is total. You can also look at values per second if you want. Also tells you the amount of shock inflicted. Don't you? You gain max HP for every shock. Right, okay. So you're the only one actually applying shock right now, are you? No, you also inflict shock. So, oh yeah, you're the only one who did it. Does Flynn? Maybe he just killed somebody when he cast it? I don't know. Anyways, onward we go. We have ourselves another fight here. A Gravedigger. So you just do some AoE damage to nearby heroes. I'm also pretty sure you don't deal that much damage yourself. On this one, we'll target whatever has a clump of units together. Same thing with you. So we might want something like this. These might clump up. I mean, I can also just do... So, there's not going to be really any clumps there. It's all kind of split up. We've got our best tank taking the damage. I can... Yeah. No, this is fine. I don't know who they're going to attack now. Who they'll be best targeting. It's only 120 spell damage. Let's go. This guy's going to get murdered, I expect. Yep. You got that shock on you. You can see everybody's bard charging up there. It's not going to reach it. Yeah, you almost cast another spell. Don't worry. Do we get a shock? We do not. So Karina here is ranged, hyper damage dealer, crit mastery, and shield mastery. You gain 150 shield, and you get 5% of that as critical strike chance. So 5% of 150 is 7.5. So you set up with some crit on your own, and you get a final arrow. It has, so she has Omni Crit. Omni Crit means that your crit chance applies to everything, whether it's spell damage, I guess ethereal as well. We haven't really gone into the ethereal yet. I'm not going to worry about it. We got ourselves a Pyro here. Pyro just deals big damage. You're a caster. You gain spell power for every stack of burn on the enemy with the most burn when you cast your meteor. Not really that interesting. Gerald here, you gain gold when you crit strike. You have 45% base crit strike as well, which is pretty high, but also interesting critical foraging. So this just gives a big buff, get 25%, crit chance to everybody within. It kind of works with Liam here. Nobody else really deals damage physically with their attack damage, so it's a bit wasted on the rest of y'all. I'm not crazy about the choices there so far. Again, I'll probably just take Gerald with a mind of replacing him at some point. He can deal a lot of damage. If you buff up his attack damage, for example, he can deal quite a bit. We'll take it. High attack damage and more critical strike chance. -2 max mana and less attack speed. This could be good. I mean, we do have a lot of casters here. I think I'm going to take that. +4 mana regen and less attack speed as well. Oof. Oof. There's a lot of attack damage right there. I think I'm going to go with the caster stuff here. Which, damn, none of it really synergizes with this. But I think I'm just going to kind of put it all on this one guy. So now he's got 8 max mana and regenerates 1 every second. Your attack speed is garbage. I'll give you that. But I think it's going to be just fine. You're still going to attack. I think this is per second? I don't actually know. But it's totally fine. 8 seconds without attacking. And then every, let's say, 0.62 seconds. So it'll probably take him something like 5 seconds to charge up. 5 to 6 seconds to charge up. I'm pretty happy with that. And let's proceed. Yeah, actually, Liam here did the most damage. Just shooting his bow at people in the back. Great. We have ourselves a first star, so might be a little bit more challenging. We have ourselves 2 skeleton archers here. I never noticed the stars there, so they're actually ranked up. 171 damage and gains attack speed for the remainder of the fight when they cast. They don't cast that quickly. And you've got some tenacity, so you reduce the effectiveness of stuns. That's okay. The AoE damage isn't going to be great. I think what we're going to do is we're just going to like focus. Just go over there. Something like this. And we're going to focus this guy down, and then we'll run over there. We can also turn the Fragment of Truth on. This gives a 25% bonus to the HP of all enemies, and gives you a fragment. So this will probably give us our first fragment. We'll have to do it against an elite and a boss. And this opens up. F to open close, FPS 30. Is that in the recording? I'm a bit confused for a second. One pause here. It is. Alright, interesting. This is this is what F does, so I guess we're just gonna ignore that. That was not there before. Curious. I'll investigate it when I'm taking a break. How far into the video are we? We'll turn the fragment on and let's take the fight. Hopefully we don't just get bursted down. And there, now we got the bonus crit. And we can see here, he's already got a couple of stacks to boost this up. Okay, and then Rage just ticked off. Yeah, so unfortunately it looks like we are going to lose one guy. We almost lost this one as well. So yeah, he's hitting hard. What does losing the heroes do? You get, it tells you in the fight, you get -3 per hero death, I want to say. And if you lose the total fight, it also tells you exactly what you get. So I think it might change depending. It was a little bit tough, but that's okay. We do gain quite a bit of resources. I should also spend my trophy. Should have done it before. If you get all 3 fragments of truth and then you beat the game, something special happens. So we'll just leave it at that. We can choose a reward, or pick an item. Let's pick an item first. We want something for a caster, because all of our heirlooms are caster focused. Don't care about the defense. Bonus ethereal damage, but less HP, consuming frost. 15 spell power is fine. I mean, for lost HP, you have quite a bit of extra there. Doesn't heal you. a way to get you like shield or something? I'm not impressed with any of these, again. This is pretty good for a tank. Okay. Every attack that wears a 3% chance per shock and bleed on the enemy that has the most of these debuffs to gain a shield equal to 3% max HP. This seems pretty cool to me. Where I will put this with the caster's cloak. So now we have our cloak of the Quake here, and we can put this on you. You get slightly more attack speed. Okay, it doesn't do that much for you, but it's that chance. I mean, we're mounting the shock, right? We're gonna have a lot of shock on them, and this is just gonna get you a shield equal to your max HP, which scales up every time you cast. I mean, this does technically allow you to cast a little bit faster, right? Just by having the bonus attack speed. Okay, we're happy with that, and we can choose a reward. So we can swap passives, we can recruit a hero. I think I again forgot to do that. Or no, that was the same fight. Let's get some passives. So you have bonus splash ethereal to attack damage every 4 seconds. The bleed is good for you, actually. What does bleed do? I always kind of forget exactly. 25% chance to increase the damage of the attack by 1.5%. So yeah, increases just smacking people. Ethereal damage, lock and load. So you have very low attack damage. But the bleeds... shock and bleed on the enemy that has the most of these debuffs. So every 4 seconds it gives you potentially a 6% additional chance per attack to gain that shield. I mean, your spell power did go up. I think it was like 20 last time. So, a very tiny amount of damage. I guess I will take the Bloody Intervention. It's not really, I mean, yeah, okay, I guess it's happening. And I can choose now to swap passives. Do I want to swap these? I mean, you both have very crappy attack damage. I would prefer to get it onto somebody who does have attack damage. Conversely, I can also try and get a different hero. Choose one of 3 heroes. Let's do it. Zotz. That's exactly who I'm looking for. Utilizes shocks. The wearer gains... The wearer gains attack damage equal to 45% of their spell power. Interesting. And Hours of Thunder, dealing damage to enemies hit and inflicting 3 shocks. Also gains spell power. So you want spell power, I guess. You attack pretty quickly. You want spell power and attack speed, I'm gonna say. We're gonna take you, and we're probably gonna swap out this guy. Let's go. Time for an elite. Okay, before anything, let's swap you out. I realized that you were my top damage dealer last time. And maybe it just makes sense to have you here, even though, right? Like, what do I care about this dude? These guys, Hellquake, they do damage to nearby heroes and gain damage reduction. They also get stronger when their friends die. So you kind of want to balance it out, like who dies first. Can you tank that, though, is the question. Can you? Well, you've got this shield. Maybe it makes sense to just kind of burn this one out and then switch. Can also do this. Do I want the Fragment of Truth? I mean, I don't feel great about my lineup right now, honestly. I think I need another frontliner here. Nice, we got some stuns. You are gonna die first. So everyone's about to get a bit stronger. There, the stuns are beautiful. Okay, they are now enraged, so yep, you're taking damage. Is he gonna die? He did die, just barely, and unfortunately. Oh yeah, this guy did the most damage. You did not do much without your support. You also did not do that much. You just nuked the crap. But yeah, okay, it makes sense, because he's got all the items, right? So, of course he's gonna deal the most damage. We can pick a relic! Okay, Water Lily heals the lowest percentage HP hero for 200 every 4 seconds. That's really good. Elvish Shoulders. 2 hex tile buffs. What this does is it just randomly puts 2 tiles on the map that when you start there, they gain that. 1350 max HP on our one guy is crazy. Tome of Shock is also crazy. I really like Water Lily just in general. Like, having healing is just good. This max HP and this Tome of Shock, though, are just too synergistic. Synergenic? Synergistic? They just synergize too much. Okay, I feel like I'm missing a word here. Maybe you could help me fill that one out. I mean, this would make your passive crazy. This would make your casting crazy. On the other hand, we are stacking the shocks up a lot. 16, I mean, 50 times this is substantial. 1,000 damage every 4 seconds? That's a lot. Yeah, fuck it. We're going for it. Again, I did not use my my trophies there. Critical strike damage. All critical strikes, don't care. Critical strike. Every attack, the wearer gains 50 max HP. Done. I need more items. But before we move on, let's do this. Come on. You're already level 2. This is actually what I want to do. Perfect timing. Every 4 seconds, the hero deals an instant attack which does not generate mana. Pass. Defense. Pass. A chance to stun its target. Yeah. That's actually great because the shock that he deals also will cause the stuns to last longer. I'm in. And you. For attack, the hero gains 2 attack damage and then lifesteal. That's pretty good. You're gonna have that, but I don't think it's so useful. No, we're gonna go for War Machine here. Because you do have... I mean, you do scale your attack damage, right? Here's your 40... Yeah. I mean, you are attacking. And gaining lifesteal eventually is pretty good. War Machine it is. I have 5 left over. I mean, you're my big daddy, right? So level 3, you don't get a passive, you just get stats. Magic steal, life steal, max HP, and defense. These are all pretty uninteresting. We'll take the magic steal, I guess, because it can heal. It will heal you. We'll save the rest, because we're probably going to try and pick up another hero at some point to replace him. I think I want like a front, maybe not a tank per se, but somebody who's more accustomed to being in physical, in close proximity. Because right now you're the only melee character I have. Next fight. So these guys are interesting. They, yeah, they split. They summon some additional slimes. They deal decent damage, but they attack slow. These guys heal. So not a lot of DPS here, but a fair amount of healing. So we'll probably have it like this. Kinda, yeah, you'll tank those. And yeah, we're just gonna work on murdering this side of the field. I think is what we're gonna do. You guys will attack him. Works for me. Let's do it. So we need to get some items that we can use our... We need to get some arrows. Yeah, look at that beautiful damage. It's always hard to kind of see like, yeah, okay, are people getting stunned? I don't know. But it doesn't matter. I don't like having the lack of sustain. The lack of sustain is making me a little bit nervous. You actually healed. You healed. You healed. Why did I give you that? I don't know what you did that. Does this count? No. I don't know. Well, item. So we want kind of attack speed items. Attack speed. This one I like. Attack speed and spell power, huh? So I think we can definitely put you with you, and I'm gonna drop you onto this guy. All right, because we want attack speed. I mean, we want attack speed. I think that was what matters the most here. Just getting more attack speed, boosting attack speed as much as possible for you. You getting more spell power. Heals for X. Yeah, spell power is actually good for you, Dandel. That heals. You have no mana regen. All heroes get half that shield now if you excess heal. Interesting. Do I want the attack speed? 50 max HP. Yeah, let's do it. Now, this kind of works best on Azura here. Right? Because getting that max HP just gets you more spell power. But this will increase your healing. Yeah, okay, we're happy with this. We are happy with this. The attack speed is also very good for you. Whereas you don't care as much. Yeah, we're happy. Let's proceed. We have ourselves an elite fight. I'm gonna turn the fragment on. So these guys, defense ritual. Yeah, they just make themselves incredibly tanky. The damage they deal is fine. And you remove 2 mana from all heroes. Quite annoying. You attack quickly as well, so you really prevent me from casting. What I think this means... We'll do something like this, and we're just going to overload on this one guy and try and break through there. We'll turn this on. Not much else to do here. Oof. Jeez. Ow. Oh my god, they're murdering you. And you get murdered. Holy crap, you hit hard. Okay, well, we lost some heroes, but, yeah, my sustain is lacking. My sustain is truly lacking. -2 max mana, but lose 8% attack speed. That's very interesting. Hero with most defense gains 55 defense. I like this -2 max mana. Let's do it. Let's do it. Another recipe. So I gotta be a little bit careful. I am losing some of this. The boss gives you a bunch, because I think it's 45 on this difficulty level. I want something for a caster, though. You don't have... Nobody starts with any spell power. See, Healing Pouch. Healing Pouch is very, very, very interesting. Book of Mystery, also very, very interesting. This is how, so I have this werewolf, I said this in the very beginning of the episode. Super attack speed. Super, like, heavily focused on attack speed, I gave this. And the werewolf had like 23 max mana. And just like, and I had leveled up this in rarity. So we were healing 80 per attack, and he was attacking something like 3 times a second. Just healing, just out healing everything. Do I have anybody that this kind of works on? Additional attack speed, I mean... Nobody with really high mana. I wouldn't mind the additional attack speed on you. But I don't have something to pair it with. Your attack speed sucks. Do you have high defense? Not in particular. This one is also pretty interesting, right? Like, for example, putting it on one of my tanks. Either 3 or 4. That doubles how often they're going to be casting this. Doubles how often they're going to be healing and stunning. Same thing for you. Doubles how often you're going to be casting this. I'm thinking about the Healing Pouch. I'm thinking about the Book of Mystery. Every attack you heal for, it's just 21, right? Heal for 21. We go for the Book of Mystery. And I am going to, I think, level you up. Defense is pretty good. But I think we want attack speed on you. More shock, more casting, done. Oh, So Zot's here doing the most damage. Interesting. Basically dealing nothing. I mean, Azura also basically dealing no damage. Is it because Azura died? Sure. Alright, so there's our Hex tiles, right? Which is -2 max mana. What do these guys even do? You just do an AoE attack. It's a lot of tanking that I'm asking for these fellas here. But, yeah, let's try it. Yes, okay. You're taking a lot of damage and getting wrecked. And you're gonna heal. Oh, it's so little. Oh, the stun was clutch. You're still gonna die. Maybe? Not gonna die. But this sustain is bad. We need some help here. I need a healer instead of that flash damage dealer, or a shielder or something. Yeah, shield strike. No, I need to shield somebody. Nearby allies defense. Really that I want. I mean, you don't give yourself shield except for the beginning, right? 4 attacks, 25% HP, and does not have force shield. They lose HP and gain shield. Okay, so you do give yourself shield. And you start with some. What is full shield? No. Yeah, you do sustain. I mean, I think you're going to be better than... I can't switch them out. I need something to go with the Book of Mystery. We are going to put onto a tank. And I think it's going to be you, Orion. I think it's going to be you, Orion. And more attack speed and damage, huh? Take the bow. So this will get mixed with these leather gloves. I mean, defense isn't super critical here, but this will allow you to cast your heal much more often. And you will go on to this. Attack is at 104. Yeah, you did a shitload of damage. They both did lots and lots and lots of damage. That's true. You did not do much, and you're out now. You did fine damage. Yeah, the sustain numbers are not great. I also don't know what you're healing. How you're healing. Lots of stuns, though. Wow. And now we get to the campsite. So the campsite lets you do 3 things. Pick an origin, rest to restore some flame, and enchant, which upgrades in items and costs some flame. The origins can be insane, and we're gonna hopefully find something really synergistic and good here for us. So Ice Riders, it's Frost, we don't care. Brawler, we don't, the attack damage is not great. Also, defense, none of these are super important for us. Time Travelers. Whenever a hero gets below 40% HP, all heroes enter a time shift. All heroes gain full mana, and the lowest HP hero gets healed for 20% of the spell damage done during this effect. That's very interesting. all heroes just pop full mana, so we're all just gonna cast immediately, and the spell damage done. It will not be from you. You will deal damage 150, 130, 220, so let's say that's 450-ish. 20% of that is not that much. It's like 80 to 90 every 15 seconds. I mean, casting all at once is pretty great. Frost Golem we don't care about. Spell Warden. All heroes gain defense equal to 10% of the team's spell power. Can't look, because our spell power does go up significantly as time goes on, right? You gain spell power, and you gain spell power. And you just have 18. 10% is not much. And then for HP healed, we gain shield received. None of these are that exciting to me. Let's go Time Travelers. I'm gonna be bold and I'm gonna enchant an item here. So enchanting an item will increase, I don't know. I don't think it increases the top, but it might depend on the item itself. Some don't get a bonus, some do, is what I've noticed. I gotta think about when I have more max HP. Book of Mystery. Skeleton Shield. Do I want? I mean, I've been complaining about my sustain, right? So probably this, honestly, all three. Let's go with the Book of Mystery. I should have checked the stats first to see exactly what it has increased. Yeah, I don't think this increased the attack speed with the defense, but now it's 70% of their max HP. Max mana is halved. So boom, right away, super early. He's just going to start casting a lot more. And I will rest. I don't want to go down to 10. So we're going to rest here. Proceed. And then on to the boss. Chaos Eruption. So he's going to find the best target. Whoever's clumped up, Chaos Eruption. 790 spell damage is a lot. And then Death Chain. So he's going to put a chain down and we have to kill it. If we don't, it basically murders whoever is chained. 6.5 seconds to deal 99% of their max HP. Go here. Honestly, I think the damage matters more in this fight. I forget what these do. Lose attack speed. But gain -2 max mana, so you will cast a lot more. I guess this is fine. These two can... might as well do that. I can give him 25% and just get the fragment. So if we manage to win this run, which I'm not sure that we will, honestly, I don't have the highest of confidence right now that we will be able to do that. But whatever, let's go for it. Oh, I can level up, and I should. Let's get you. Lifesteal, critical strike chance. You have some critical strike already, and you do deal a lot of damage. So critical strike is pretty good on you. None of this matters. Spell power. Yeah, you get just attack speed. Let's take the critical strike. And we'll give you... spell power, lifesteal. I mean, you just deal so little damage. 10% of of your 40 is pretty trash. The magic steal, also not great. I guess you gain spell power. They're all, it's all terrible, honestly. These are all pretty bad. We'll just gain the spell power. Gives you 56 extra damage when you cast. I guess that's fine. And nobody else really matters, so let's go. Oh, you're dealing it to them. That's not great. Okay, so yeah, you only need 4 to heal yourself. You are dying, however. Those stuns are very important. I kind of noticed the chains. But it looks like we're going to win without taking a loss here. You do manage to sustain yourself through the fight. And we get it! We complete our fragments of truth. How is that not a third fragment of truth? Did I not click the button? It's here. Bop. We get a relic. Elites lose HP when the beginning of the fight. Flame cannot go down. Not even gonna look about that one. Gain 75% of the money we have. That's pretty good. Spend a trophy to gain money. So kind of between this one or the pyramid. We'll go to a shop and we can buy a lot of stuff. Let's get the money. We'll just do it before we go to a shop. Ah, ho, ho, ho. Here we go. I forget what these are called. Legendary recipes. Critical strikes. Maxime's Great Spear. This one is new to me. I just unlocked it. Critical strikes no longer deal extra damage with attacks. When an attack does not critical strike, the wearer gains 20% crit strike chance. Every critical strike, the wearer loses 20% crit strike chance and applies a bleed to all enemies. Additionally, every second critical strike, the wearer casts Maxime's Spear, dealing 300% attack damage plus 4% per bleed as spell damage to their target. This is just kind of bonkers to me. So, you don't deal crit damage anymore. And instead, as you miss crits, you gain more crit chance. When you crit, you lose crit chance and apply a bleed. Then every second critical strike, you just deal 300% attack damage plus 4% per bleed as spell damage. Now, your normal crits do 200. Thing is, you will go from 25 to 45 to 65 and then start stacking bleeds. It's really cool, but I feel like we're not really like... The bleed is not as good in this team, right? If bleed was better, if we had more physical damage dealers, then I'm very interested in it. Kara's Amulet. On cast, all enemies gain 2 of every active debuff on them. Additionally, after 10 seconds in fight, you gain a shield equal to 1% max HP per debuff on the enemy with the most debuffs. Now this amulet, can go on Orion so easily. So easily, because you're down to your 4 mana. We need you to be able to sustain better. I like it a lot. Every 4 seconds, the wearer receives a heal equal to 25 times frost. No, doesn't do it. Now this we can use immediately by mixing with the novice, but we're gonna go with the Kara's Amulet here, I think. Because they're just gonna get on cast. After 10 seconds in fight, you gain a shield. It's not every 10 seconds. The wearer gains life steal equal to spell power, specialty tome, more health and shield, ethereal amplification. How far you are from other heroes, summons, life. We'll do one more. So the Captain's Necktie is interesting. You deal no attack damage, but 80 ethereal damage. If they are alone, you deal more. We don't have Frost. We don't have Ethereal Amplification. Okay, one more. Ugh. Summons. World Slayer, splash, ethereal damage. Okay, World Slayer I'm interested in, and we'll mix it with the Novice Bow. And we'll give a Novice Bow to this guy. Because we know this scales up. So now you deal splash. And we can recruit a hero. Sanguine Rapture, you deal bleeds, Bloody Intervention, meh. You got summons. None of these really kind of fit. I already like this guy summons a wolf. It's pretty cool. He does deal decent damage with the wolves as well. He can deal actually a lot of damage. And you just deal burns. I mean, I guess Okar. And then the question is, life still equal to their defense? I think we're gonna pop Okar in here. I still kind of he's not exactly the one that I want. Not exactly. Also, we can see in this fight, Zotz did the most damage. Azura. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Like, Flynn does area damage mostly. Right, you did... Wow, their Lightning Spear gave you how much extra HP? Gaining 15 max HP for every shock. Holy crap. That's a lot. Spell power 102. You gained quite, yeah, you got quite a bit more tanky. Attack damage and lifesteal from the War Machine. Where's War Machine? Don't know. Let us proceed. Boom! Act 2. We're gonna put a cut in here. It's good to be back, y'all. I don't know, you know, like this channel, it's interesting. I don't know if I want to get into like so much meta discussion at this very moment, but you know, I pretty much let the channel die over the past 2 or 3 years or whatever since I stopped really recording. I've been thinking about starting it again, kind of off and on in my brain, and like I said, this game came along and was like, you have to record this, you have to, and so here I am. So here I am. Obviously, we're going to finish this run. I suspect we're going to be playing this game a decent amount on the channel and have quite a few videos up. As we learn the game, as we get better and progress into higher difficulties and challenges and whatnot, and continue unlocking more of the game. So I guess what I'm trying to say is my name is Man the Maker. Take care, everybody. Have a wonderful